Perfect.
Welcome to Tips for Gamers. Today we're going to talk about the best playbooks and schemes. Hit that like button while we're talking, but I just want to say something really quick. I want to look back at my life and when I'm on my deathbed, and I want to say, I was a strong man. I helped people become strong. I think that's what being strong actually means, is helping others around you become strong in the mind and the heart and the soul. And I know I'm going to die one day, and I want to help good people. I want to help people that mean something to me. And I want to be an honorable and strong man, and I don't want to plateau until I'm dead. I'll worry about that when I'm dead. So, if you're lost or anything like that in life, one good thing, one tip that I have is just try and help others around you become strong. Selflessness is one of the greatest things on the planet, and I think a lot of people are lost in this world, and they don't have good guidance, and it's unfortunate. So some of the strongest people in the world don't have any money, don't have nice cars, and wear crappy clothes. So just something I have to say out there. Anyways, comment down below, guys. What was your favorite childhood? For those of you who are older, what was your favorite childhood cartoon? Were you Nickelodeon? Were you Cartoon Network? What were you? I know Tug and I were Cartoon Network. I love Dexter's Laboratory. Amnedo, Flamage. And then Ed, Nettie, my jam. I loved it. I wasn't super old when it came out, but I did watch reruns of it, which with the guy who would hold up the sword with the lightning. And you had Skeletor. I did watch that. I watched Little Bear because when I was real little and I was in diapers and stuff, a Little Bear, because that was a jam. I couldn't believe it. I was like, man, your mom's a bear and you're just out there like getting berries and stuff and eating berries. Like, what an easy life. Little Bear. Like, that was amazing. Blew my mind as a kid. Anyways, let's jump into the best playbooks and schemes. So for this year, there's 2 best defensive playbooks that you can choose, and then there's 1 superior offensive playbook. And if you guys want the best rushing playbook, let us know in the comments, but just know that you're going to have to be very strategic with that offensive playbook, because rushing in this does not win you as many games as passing. It's just the way it is, and there's just not much you can do about that. So really quick, let's go over some of the stats here so you guys can just get an idea of what you're going to be looking at when it comes to this offensive playbook. Defensively, this is the stock Bengals. I didn't even adjust their depth chart, so know that all these numbers, offensive and defensive numbers, would increase if I put my flavor on it, went and draft the guys that I needed to draft and brought them in from free agency and what have you. These numbers would increase even more. Also note, slow sim, you're going to get way bigger numbers in slow sim. All right, understand that, because we averaged in slow sim with this playbook around 500 plus yards per game with around 5 TDs with 1 or 2 interceptions on slow sim. Now in fast sim, this is the fast sim numbers: 4,400 yards passing, 41 TDs, 2 interceptions. Okay, pretty good there. It's also good with rushing. If you have a good rushing game, 20 TDs rushing, 1,400 yards, 4.7 yards per carry. Note that quarterbacks this year tend to run a little bit more in simulation than prior years, but still good numbers here: 16 TDs, 1,400 yards, 7 TDs, 1,000 yards, 800. If I put a really good receiving core on this, these numbers would be ridiculous, especially if you slow sim. They'd be absolutely ridiculous. Now, defensively, I was not able to build the defense that I wanted to build. I'm using the stock Bengals, so these numbers will increase with either one of these defenses that you pick. You just have to make sure that you pick the right player personnel, okay? Because without the right player personnel, I could give you the best playbooks in the land, but if you don't actually fill them with the right guys, if you're missing the traits, if you're missing some area there, you could end up not doing that good, and it just ends up sucking for you. So with the best offensive playbook, there's no doubt it's Dallas this year. Dallas is just ridiculous with their playbook, and of course we'll let you guys know if anything changes, because we'll be testing this out through the year, but I don't expect this to change. You can use the West Coast zone run, have a playmaker wide receivers. You can have possession tight ends. Remember, you don't have to have a possession tight end. With the way you upgrade them, it's very simple. You can get a vertical threat tight end. Make sure you have speed. Just because it says possession doesn't mean you have to automatically have a slow tight end. No, have a fast possession guy. You can even just have vertical threat and just be like, whatever. One of my tight ends is not true 100% possession, but they never should be anyways. Okay, field general quarterback, not bad, not terrible, but you can also use with this one the vertical zone run. Okay, it'll work with Dallas's as well. and this will be just fine. If you apply these guys here, the strong arm, loose back, deep threat, vertical threat, you'll still be a beast. There's no question about it. So there's options for you guys. Now for defense, you can do San Francisco's. That is one of the top defenses, or one of the 2 best defenses, I should say. It's kind of confusing because there's not one clear one that it's like, this one's the best, it's way better than all the other ones like there was in prior years. No. You can have either one of these 2 defenses that I show you, and if you build correctly, you will be dominant. Okay, so with San Francisco's, you can run the 4-3 cover 3 or the base 4-3. Up to you, whatever you want to do. The next defense I'm going to show you is a 3-4 defense. I wonder if you can guess what it is. You can do Disguise 3-4. You can also test some of the other ones as well, but I love the Disguise 3-4. That one's my favorite. You're going to have the most success with the Disguise 3-4, and it is Baltimore. Real shock there. Okay, so with these playbooks and schemes, you guys will dominate if you guys apply the right player personnel, and I hope you guys have a great season this year. We're going to keep lighting it up with the content, and we'll see you in the next video.